Hello guys, how are you all doing today? So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Francine and this is my channel, The Oversoul Archives. I almost said the Hermetic Herald. So I might have a number of people that are watching that are my OGs that have known me since I had the name The Hermetic Herald. Welcome in, all of you, old and new. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I am doing this video in kind of like a weird time for me. It's a time where my child is awake and my partner is here, but it's just like a weird thing where I could get distracted or where I could hear something and have to pause. So it's not the best situation or circumstance, but I'm still able to tap in. So I'm going to tap into someone that I've been waiting to talk about, which is who is Donald Glover. So Donald Glover, I don't know much about. I felt drawn and compelled to tap into his energy primarily because I just looked at a list of people that were Libra suns. And when I looked through the list, he was the one that stood out. So there's something energetically happening for Donald Glover in this season at this time. And even if he's not someone that's popular, I don't technically go with the people that are always the most popular. I go with where I'm led. And sometimes certain people and energetically I link or understand or sympathize or just have some feeling of familiarity with their energy, and I just feel drawn to do them. So we're gonna see if there's anything that is specifically coming through that is going to happen later on that you guys are going to be aware of ahead of time. I plan on doing a spread for Donald Glover, so we will tap in and see what his spirit team would like to say, what his higher self would like to say about whatever he's going through, his situation, what things you can look out for and expect. And I'm really excited to tap in. So let's see what his spirit team has to say. And just as a heads up, guys, I usually ask the spirit team if they would like to be a part of my readings. And, it's not always a yes. So I always go where I'm led and ask afterwards, and they were fine with it. So we will tap in and see where they want me to go with this. So we'll see what topic is significant for them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to tap into what area of his life we should talk about. What area? Spirit team members for Donald Glover. Thank you, spirit team members that are here with me right now. Please tap me into the energy of Donald Glover's spirit team, Donald Glover's higher self. Where would you like us to go? We have one card that fell. So that is happiness. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's beautiful. So his joy, the seed of his joy, this could be his solar plexus, like what really lights him up. We're going to be talking about that more. Is there anything in particular in addition to that? Anything else? Because that's so encompassing of so many different things. Where would you like us to go with that? Okay. So the next one here that we have, I'm just try to get it without going too far, is success. So his career. So we're going to be talking primarily about his career and his happiness in general. Success can come in many forms. We know that to be true, but I'm feeling energetically like this is about his happiness in his career and his happiness with his art and happiness with what he does with his creativity. I feel like with the solar plexus coming through, that could also be linked to his sacral. Specifically, those two chakras are significant. And so let's tap in with that. Cool. So to start off, spirit team members, thank you so much for being here for this message. Spirit team members of Donald Glover. Please guide me as I tap into the energy of this person that you are assisting on his path. Donald Glover's higher self, if you'd like to come in and I heard shake things up in this reading, please do so, because if it's a good thing, I want to see what messages you would like me to share for the people that love you, the people that honor you or respect you as an artist. What would they and what are they meant to hear? Okay, 6 of Pentacles. So I wanted to start off with spread that I have here on my screen. I totally feel fine with sharing my screen. So we're going to talk about the past, the present, hidden influences in his life with regards to this topic, his success. We're also going to talk about his advice for his success, external influences that are affecting that, obstacles that he should look out for, and then the likely outcome. And I almost said income. So there's something about income. And I just saw a word come across my line of sight and it left. And it looked like havoc, but it wasn't. It was HAV, and then the letters went so quickly that I didn't catch it. So before I said income, I feel like there was another message coming through. I heard royal egg. He is very precious to his spirit team. It feels like he's encased in an egg. So that tells me there's something special that I'm hearing, this is not me, I'm hearing something special is burgeoning out of him like an egg. Something is being taken care of and housed in his body, in his soul. There's something that's going to be born out of Donald Glover, and it sounds epic, right? Something is really special about his process, his creative process, and it seems as though something is going to be birthed really soon, and it has a royal tinge, a royal kind of like coating, meaning this is very like divine. I don't even know if he thinks that way. I'm just seeing the words, the letters HAV over and over, and it's not anywhere on my desk. So definitely HAV is significant, but I'm not seeing the rest of it. You guys, so I got the first 3 cards. Do you want me to start the spread? Can you please give me a yes or no? Because I'm almost feeling like they're pulling me elsewhere. Do you want to start off with the spread? Unfortunately not, and indeed. These 3 cards are not a part of the spread. So there's something about these 3 cards that you guys need to see. First card we have here was the 6 of Pentacles. The second card we have here is the Empress. The third card we have here is the Emperor. We have divine partnerships here. We have the Emperor and the Empress coming out together. And keep in mind, these 78 cards are shuffled and they have not been in order. We have 6 of Pentacles. This is about... There's something about these 3 cards, and I don't feel like I want to talk about them just yet. It feels like there needs to be another card, because I don't feel the energy of what it means coming through. Like it needs to be the way that we hear these 3 cards. You could say a lot of things, but what's the point, right? Just talking and saying stuff without actually knowing for sure what it means yet. Yeah, look at that, guys. So we have the pomegranate number 2, and this is typically about reincarnation, royal ties or blood ties. There's something about royalty with his soul. I don't know where he comes from. So when I said HAV, now I'm hearing Havilah. Do you guys know what Havilah is? I will add it to the video. Havilah is a land and a people in several books of the Bible. It's associated, guys, with the Garden of Eden, the descendants of Noah, and the territory of the Ishmaelites. He has some royal connections. Havilah is a Hebrew name that can mean circle, bringing forth, or exhausted revelation. I feel like he is literally the fruit of labor. He's the fruit of his line's labor. He has come from kings and queens energetically. I'm getting that energy. I'm not getting divine masculine, divine feminine. Not in the way that we typically would look at these 2 cards. Like, let's say we're talking about a love reading and we're saying, oh yeah, this person is a twin flame. They didn't tell us to talk about love today. So this is not about that. This is about him and his line. His ancestors came from both his mother's line and his father's line are royal. I wasn't expecting that. There's also something about the Arabian Peninsula or Somalia. So something about certain areas of the world. And this doesn't have to be where his parents in this incarnation are from. This is about his soul, like his incarnations. So I personally look way past just the current life. I look at like your soul's blueprint, and it goes really far back. If I'm looking at biblical days or biblical times, there's something about his soul going really far. Yeah, so we have two cards, two more. We have number 1, Mandrake, coming through, and we have number 51. This one's about secrets. This actually came out for the legislative branch of our country, of the United States, if you're from the United States as well. This is about secrets, about keeping things close to your chest, about saintliness, and we're talking about the Bible. There's something about secrets hidden with his family, and he's a part of that secret. I don't even know if he knows that or how he would respond to that if someone told him that. But we also have Mandrake. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. So it says Circe's magical plant, the mandrake, is a human-shaped root with hallucinogenic properties. Burned as incense by the ancient Greeks and used by witches to this day, this plant is said to impart wisdom. The mandrake has been used by folkloric medicine as a sedative, to relieve rheumatic pain, to cure sterility, to bring good luck, and to treat depression, convulsions, and mania. Its medicine, deeply rooted wisdom, visions, the healing power of nature, well-being, a connection to the earth, and good fortune. He is a fortunate person, guys. Donald Glover is a fortunate person. He has very deep roots like this mandrake. He has a connection to the earth. He has royal blood. I got I heard the term royal egg, and now I'm getting the emperor and the empress and the pomegranate, which is like the fruit. It's so symbolic in Greek mythology. It's so symbolic around the world. This is exquisite is what I'm getting already. So I feel like you guys need to hear one more thing before we get into the spread. Nicknamed grenade in France and wine apple in Ireland, the pomegranate is the beautiful garnet fruit associated with Persephone, queen of Hades, and the high priestess of the tarot. In ancient Greece, the pomegranate was known as the fruit of the dead, having sprung from the blood of Adonis in one tale and the blood of the maiden Side or Side in another, who committed what is that term? Who ended her own life on her mother's grave rather than being R-worded by Ictinus, her father. This is about beauty, depth, devotion, fertility, nourishment, renewal, blood ties, reincarnation. Donald Glover has a lot of lives. He's an old soul. He has a royal bloodline. And I'm hearing finished, so I feel as though something was finished. I feel like I don't know if this is his last life. Prior to this life, he said something akin to "it is finished," and that's not to say he's Jesus. Please don't see it that way. What it means is he's done some work throughout his lives, and I feel like this is the life where he's going to see what he's planted, like the mandrake. So he had number 1 and number 2 come out, guys, and then he had number 3 and number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's doing something big energetically. So he has a lot of promise that's coming to him because of what he's worked with and what he's mastered is what I'm hearing. So Havilah is significant to him. Let's keep going. So we have something about something being balanced for him. I think the scales are righting themselves, meaning he went through some kind of balancing effect in his prior lives where he had to come to a place of recognition and of humility. I feel like he has some kind of past where in other incarnations, because he was of a royal bloodline, he may not have had to experience certain things. And in this life, he's meant to experience like a balancing effect of seeing the difficulties in life that life can present and still making something beautiful out of it. So I don't know what his story is. I don't know anything about him on purpose, because what I want to understand is his blueprint. I want to understand his spirit, his soul on a deeper level. And then I want to hear about what he's encountered, what he's experienced, because that is how I operate. I operate off of what I get from my messages and what I get from these readings, and then I hear about how it coincides or how it mixes or how it resonates. So I'm also seeing the word Harvard, but I think it just means that he's very smart, very intellectual. If he, like, I just feel like he has a lot of rich history to him on a soul level. And I heard pins and needles. I don't know what that means for him. The term pins and needles could be significant. It could literally be feeling pins and needles or having like a sensitivity in his hands and his nerves. But this can also just mean like he kind of has a very proper lineage, where I think when you think of pins and needles, you're kind of uncomfortable. You're not like able to kind of settle into something. I don't know what that means for him. I don't know if he's always had to be work on perfection, on making things right, and perhaps had to kind of please or had to like gain the attention or the love of other people in some way in past lives. That's significant. It could be this life as well. So let's see what else comes through. First card we have here that we want to tap into is the past, though. Spirit team members, with the past, what would you like to say? Let's put all of these back. The past. What would you like to say about Donald Glover's past? This is a very interesting way to start this reading, so I hope you guys are down for the ride. I like to say that nowadays. So are you ready? It's going to be different. It's not going to be the same. So what is the past for Donald Glover? Past is Seven of Swords, running away, deception. This feels like the energy of holding back and of trying to maintain all of what you have and not trying to let people in. It feels like a very like shifty energy, like being what people may want you to be, saving face, being deceptive in some ways because you had something to protect. And you also were trying to get somewhere. When you think of the Seven of Swords, it's someone who's trying to move, someone who's trying to get somewhere and is trying to take as many swords with them as they can. So it's about being light. It's about not really getting too rooted in anything or anyone. And then we have that Ten of Cups coming through. So this is feeling like running away from home or running away from family in a sense. This could be like finding joy and peace and not really staying rooted somewhere, but about being versatile enough to move. Something about that. Finding joy in that, perhaps, of being like more so shifty or more so like not staying in a certain energy, moving a lot. Yeah, especially in partnerships. I think he also has a karmic connection to doing this in his life, of maybe not letting you see all of him and kind of showing you a persona more than showing you who he is truly on the inside. And I'm hearing Barbados or something along those lines. I'm not sure if that's just like a place perhaps that he's been to, a place that he wants to go to, or something significant happened in Barbados. But I was just getting a B word. It could be Bahamas, and I almost said Bahamian, so it could be a person. We have success. I don't know if there's someone he wanted to work with that's from Barbados or from the Bahamas. That's significant. I'm also hearing a number of things. 658. There's something about this energy here. It feels like this was a way to maintain control in a sense in the past. What is his present energy? His present energy is nurturing. It's very different from the way it was before. This is about sitting tight and being stable and actually like letting yourself grow and seeing something grow and cultivate. I feel like he feels safe now. Before, he felt like he had to kind of move quickly or had to transition quite a bit. He couldn't really stay in one place, but now he feels a little bit more I'm hearing catered to, and he feels a little bit more comfortable in his, and feels like he's in his element. We also have the Hierophant. That's the energy of someone who's sitting on their throne or sitting in a position of authority. And this is about committed relationships too, like committing to this path. Now I feel like he's a bit more stable because we're getting Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and then we're also getting Taurus at the bottom. And then we have that Four of Wands. That's about reuniting with someone. I think he has a lot more knowledge and recognition now under his belt with regards to where he needs to be, and perhaps where home is, because I feel like he feels a bit more comfortable and comforted, is what I'm hearing, by the presence of others, is what I'm hearing as well. We have the Seven of Cups to clarify, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So I feel like he tried to play some kind of game with life in a sense where he was kind of like seeing different things and looking into them and trying to understand them. And I'm hearing starstruck. He might have been starstruck by a lot of people that he collaborated with and worked with, and felt like the world was his oyster. There were so many options and so many things to do. And I'm hearing renegade. So I feel like he was a renegade. I feel like he was looking and searching and finding all of these interesting things that he wanted to tap into and look into. But here's the thing, the slow game, in a sense of not staying in one place or feeling like he can stay and plant himself in one place, kind of made him feel overwhelmed or burdened. I felt like he was burdened by the emotions too of others that felt like he wasn't as close or wasn't as attached as they were to him, or feeling that energy of like someone who doesn't really stay put. Did cause him a lot of harm energetically, because he felt like he always was moving on, guys. And I feel like he had to find balance with that. He had to look at the shadow aspects of why he kept running. Why does he keep running? You know, and it feels like it's related to love, but it's all encompassing. I want you guys to see that. So he realized the truth that he needed balance. He needed to actually plant himself a bit more. I feel like he might have had an issue with grounding as much as I feel like he didn't ground quite as well as he could have. And I feel like he maybe was more of the, I don't know what air elements he has, but air is coming through as more significant for some reason. He's a Libra, so there's something about his air energy being strong. He may have a lot of air and fire, I'm not sure, but there's definitely, I think air and fire, Leo is significant to him as well, and Scorpio. But something about Gemini as well in his birth chart. Wherever Gemini is in his birth chart, something about that is significant, and I'm hearing 6th. So it could be in his 6th house. I feel like he might have been hyper protective, because when I saw this Hermit, I saw it in reverse and I immediately took it back and said no. The Hermit is Virgo energy, but I feel like he was a hermit emotionally in some regards in the past. So they want you to understand the past and the present, and that it has shifted. He has addressed and opened up to the shadow within him with regards to this. Oh, that was a lot. You guys feel that energy? I just feel like I was just throwing it all out because it was literally coming through that way. Now, let's look at his hidden influences. What are his hidden influences, though? Okay, we have the Four of Wands, Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. So we have 3 things. We have the Four of Wands as a hidden influence. I think it's his partnerships. The people he's in partnership with are a big influence into why he is the way, why he has decided to plant himself and to ground himself a bit more. So you should look at who he's with on a career, like with his career, and the people that he tends to stick to. Those people have made a huge impact on his life. He is actually, his trajectory is now to bring them with him into victory. Not to say that they couldn't have gotten there themselves. It means that he's more so allowing himself to open up to the beauty of integration, partnerships, celebration, reuniting with the people that really resonate with his soul, and of having a really great time with the King of Cups and the Six of Wands. It's like, we can all win together. Let's do this. I feel more of a this is soul tribe energy. This is definitely feeling like something about fire energies and water coming through. So he may have significant water and fire people in his life that are water signs and fire signs. I'm getting more fire, but there's something about it bringing out just a love for I'm hearing humanity, like seeing the good in people, and these people that are friends to him. It has really changed his perception and perspective and his projections, something like that. I feel like it changed a lot. It may really change the game for him. And I'm seeing the Queen of Wands. A lot of things coming through for him with regards to this part of the reading. My gosh. So a lot of great things are happening, and I feel like he feels like he can dominate in whatever he does because he has good people around him. He doesn't have to run anymore. He doesn't have to feel like he has to run anymore. And there's that Queen of Cups. So I feel like when I see this, Queen of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune, there's something about these two coming through. Why is the King and the Queen here? There's got to be a reason. I feel like there's a purpose to that. So 5 of Cups in reverse. I don't know if this has to do with someone he's lost as well in the past. There's something about the dog days are over. I'm hearing that term and that song. That's from Florence and the Machine. Dog days are over. Something about not having to fear loss as much as he did in the past. And then we're getting the Queen of Wands. So I'm not sure if he lost someone or he feels like he's about to lose a Queen of Wands. This could be I almost said air sign, but I was going to also say Aries, Sag, or Leo. There's something about him communicating very shortly with somebody. Someone in his family that he's not very close to. This could be a feminine, charismatic feminine energy that he is going to lose or feels like some regret or maybe not regret but just remorse that they didn't connect as deeply as they could have. I feel like he's been focusing on his work more. Is this family that we're talking about here, Spirit team members? Those that are here to assist us in this reading. 10 of Swords. This isn't family. This is someone who really hurt him. Judgment. Yeah, judgment. Something really broke him, or really this is someone that he's not sure about working with. Why is this person coming up in his reading? 10 of, okay. Does he have a baby mama or something? This is feeling like the energy of someone he's built something with, or is trying to build with. Or maybe not trying to build with anymore, but has some connection to. This is love related. This isn't career. Is this a baby mama or something? Yeah, so something about a person in his life that he's having struggles with, or he's encountering some experiences with that are maybe not as great. 5 of Cups in reverse is meaning that he's getting over this person, or he's on the up and up with this person. This is the card I got for Selena back in the day or recently with Benny. And that's the energy of like someone who's moving past an energy of becoming a better person because of this person, or allowing themselves to heal. Finally heal. So it looks like he's finally healing from a situation with somebody, and now he's pursuing friendship, or at least being cordial with this person. This is a fire sign perhaps, but yeah, it's over. Whoever this person is, I feel like he's now finally not as sad as he used to be, but he considered this person to be his queen. So what else do you want to say about this person before we continue on with the reading? This person's kind of coming in, so it might be someone that pops into his mind, or that he thinks about every now and then. Yeah. So we have a stack. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords, the Empress, the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Chariot, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords. This is the story of someone who had a relationship with a person and had a child with them. The woman that was pregnant left and raised the child on their own, and then now he's coming into their life and trying to take on the role of being the father. I'm getting that role, that storyline. So let me know if that resonates, but it sounds as though he might have a baby mama that like left him, ghosted him when she found out she was pregnant. It didn't work out with the two of them. And then now he's trying to help and be a father or be a mentor in this child's life, or to take on like being responsible in some way for this person and finding balance. I feel like is coming through. Is that it, Spirit team members? Is that what's going on here? We have Strength and then the 8 of Swords. So this person is coming up quite a bit. I don't know if he's aware that this person has a baby. Maybe he's recently coming into this knowledge because they didn't talk for a while, this person. So this is kind of interesting, guys. I don't know why this is coming up for his reading, considering we're doing success and happiness, but maybe this is a part of his success and happiness. Is this person, does Donald Glover know about this child? Use caution. They're telling me be careful, girl. Okay. You know me, Spirit team. Like, I'm gonna ask. So does he know about this? Just please tell me. He doesn't know. So I'm telling you guys something that he doesn't know. Well, yeah, so let me ask the question because I'm not afraid of looking like an idiot. Is what I said accurate though? Is what I said accurate? They said ask something else. They're like, just change the subject and undetermined. So there's something that's mysterious about this person and this child. And they don't even, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know, guys. So if he sees this video, this is something that he needs to know, is that, and you guys, because otherwise there's no point in spirit team members mentioning this, unless this is meant to come out. So there's something about him not being aware of a pregnancy or a child that he had with a Queen of Wands. This is a fire sign. And that being a part of his path, that being something that will give him insight and will be a great opportunity for him to grow. Because I think he's going to take on the role of being a father in some way with this Queen of Wands, guys. Or there's someone in his life that is a Queen of Wands that he's going to be looking at. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups. This is someone of the past. This is someone he took the slow game with, or was very slow and steady with. Yeah. Is he going to, is there something that you can tell us about the trajectory of these two people, of Donald with this person? What is the trajectory for these two? I'm hearing it's a long time coming, and I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups again, the Page of Cups, the Tower, the 7 of Cups, and the King of Wands. Yeah, he has no freaking clue about this child, and it's going to be a very impactful experience to see that this person has been raising his child this whole time. There's something about like a Tower moment coming for him, and a feeling of like illusions surrounding him when he finds out. But we have the King of Wands. That's someone who's determined. So he's going to be determined to do something about it, to, I think, do right by this. But I feel like he's going to rush in, and he's going to try to see if he can kind of show love to this person once he finds out. But yeah, I'm hearing Samantha, but that could just be like, you know how it is. Sometimes names come out and I don't know who Samantha is. So we're going to see. But yeah, there's a Samantha coming through. So let's move on. Let's look at his advice. What is his advice? King of Wands is his advice, to stand by this person, but also to be determined to do what he can to be there, and also to just kind of lead with this perspective that he has now with the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, present tense, he has a sense of wanting to nurture and be stable. I feel like he's going to have to use that nurturing energy to work with this situation, and also he's going to nurture a lot of projects. And that's like, this is something that he's born to do. He is royal in his bloodline. So I'm used to doing bloodline readings nowadays. So if you guys are interested in something for you, please let me know, because I tend to get information from ancestors fairly easily, and he definitely has royalty on his team. And I feel like there's something about the lion totem for him. This is, it reminds me of like the Rastafarianism. I don't know if he has any connections to the Caribbean. I keep getting Caribbean places with him, but strength. He has a very strong heart. He has a very strong energy. I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, something about Leo energy around him being significant. So let's look at his external influences. What external influences are there that we need to be aware of, Spirit Team? External influences. His external influences are quite a lot. Do you want me to take all of these? Yeah, taking all of these is important. We have the King of Pentacles, external influences, the King of Wands that we got earlier, the Moon, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Very interesting. We have a good mix in the group. We have fire, water, pentacles, or earth. We have some air. Because I look at the Wheel of Fortune and I think about the four signs, the four signs on the corners. So Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. The four fixed signs. So his external influences. First and foremost, there's something about money coming through here. I feel like he is looking at opportunities, and I feel like this is the industry coming through that he works in. So the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands tells me that there's this energy of domination. I feel like the external influences might involve an earth sign as well that's helping or assisting him. This could be someone he's partnered with, if he's within a label, I'm not sure. There's something about divine timing for him, of like waiting for a moment, the moment to strike, the right moments and times to receive the best output for his work and his projects. So this could just be taking his time with the projects and making sure they're perfected in some way. Or this could mean like perfection or divine timing with how they schedule events. That's significant. We also have here, so those external influences are really about the public and how they perceive, how they will perceive him when he's ready to express what he's been working on. I don't know what he's doing right now, but I'm hearing June 26th is significant to him. We also have the Ten of Cups, so that's like fulfillment, harmony. So working in tune with his passions, but also working with the community and relating to them, knowing when it's a good time to express an interest or to share something that he really values to people. I feel like he's trying to avoid competition. That is his external influence. Not avoid it, because I think that's inevitable, but I'm feeling more like avoiding like conflicts within, challenges within, with timing, scheduling, and such. So this feels more like external influences that you do, that you address when you're working on a project and you're trying to avoid like doing something on the exact same days that 3 other artists are doing it, for instance. So this feels like a label thing, or like a group issue, or something that he looks into. With the Three of Wands and the Five of Wands, I feel like he wants to move into something, but he's having a hard time. He's having conflicts with timing and also with the money that perhaps is needed for the thing that he's trying to do. Bottom of the deck here is the Three of Pentacles. I didn't see this yet. The Hierophant and the Temperance card. So yeah, he's trying to remain balanced because he is trying to trust the people that are in his court. I feel like he's constantly getting like perspective shifts or tower moments where he needs to say like, even though I feel like this is a good time, there are other things that I have to take care of or I have to listen to, because I respect the people in my court. And I feel like he had to like get out of his head. I feel like he might get in his head quite a bit. or recluse a bit energetically, and he had to deal with that and let people in. I feel like he still has to work on letting people in some capacity, because I think sometimes he gets into this beast mode, or like he's involved in his project. He wants to dominate, as I said before, and I feel like sometimes he gets stuck in his head with balancing it out and of getting and taking care of other things when he's really focused on a project. So please let me know, guys, if you know. I almost said Childish Gambino, but I think it's the same person. So please let me know if you guys know him. Because I would love to see if this is relevant and if he understands what I'm trying to say here, if he ever sees this. So I would love to know if this resonates. But let's move on. What are his obstacles, Spirit Team? I feel like money is a big part of this. Like the funds that are needed. I'm hearing 10 grand is significant. And I also heard external influences. So 10 grand is a part of the external influences that he needs. Something about that is significant. Yeah, 10 of Cups is coming out again. This is about family, perhaps family. Someone in his family needs 10,000. Or there's something about a mother needing 10,000 or someone. There's something about that number or about just finances in general. I feel like he's building a lot of finances for his family, and I feel like there's something about wanting more, like having dreams for more for someone. So what are his obstacles? His old self, his past self is one of his obstacles, guys. All right, so yeah, I think his obstacle, we have the 7 of Swords that we had in his past. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the Tower. I feel like it's about letting go and dropping a project altogether when he feels like it's not going well. So I feel like he needs to work on that. I feel like he does tend to get interested in starting a project, but he has to be careful to not just throw it out as soon as he feels like it's not really going as smoothly or something like that. There's something about bowing out on a project that is significant. So his obstacle is his mind, of his mental state, of remaining focused, and of not losing hope or giving up on something. This feels like a balance issue or something he's working with and dealing with, of like maintaining balance and composure and like being patient with himself and saying, hold on, this is going to be good. I just need to like look at it from another angle. I need to kind of like give myself some time and space to kind of understand what's going on here, instead of like rushing to conclusions and ending something. So there's something here about that. We have here the Sun, the 3 of Swords, and the High Priestess, along with one card that's coming through, the 6 of Swords. So yeah, there's something about his mental state, disappointment, and the number 3 is coming through. That's significant. So there's something about, you know, like when I think of 3, I think of like, this is gonna sound weird, guys, but sometimes I think of like 3 days, like with Jesus, and like 3 is a very important number numerologically. So I think you guys should look into it. But I'm thinking of like the process that it takes for someone to ascend, the process for someone to complete their journey. I feel like he has this thing where he'll be on the 3rd phase, but like he then starts thinking like, not chickening out necessarily, maybe, but feeling like, damn, like this isn't really going as far as I wanted to, or I've lost interest, or it's not. Something about that is significant, and he kind of gets heartbroken or disappointed, and he has to like, there's something here about his intuitive nudgings on needing to walk away in order to see something clearly, or something about that is significant. His process is changing, or like how he used to handle situations that would come up in the past. There's something about that 6 of Swords. Maybe travel helps him move forward or helps him see things with fresh new eyes. There's something about transitioning, like calming himself down, his respiratory rate or something when he gets really overwhelmed. That's what's coming through. There's just something about his nervous system, his central nervous system, and how he responds to stressors when he is working on something. All right, guys, well, that's interesting. that came through as a big obstacle. What is the likely outcome? The likely outcome for him is Two of Wands. Let's keep going. Let's see what else comes through. What is his likely outcome? Likely outcome. Okay. When stuff falls, I'm just like, Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Two Knights. This is a very introductory energy, or very like young energy that's coming through. I think he needs to just like act instead of just planning all the time. I think that's his outcome. His likely outcome is to make a lot of plans. Well, yeah, making plans and then acting on it right away. I think you guys are going to see him doing a lot of things. One moment. Okay, so now I'm back, and apparently my microphone was not picking up anything that I was doing. So you guys might notice the change in the sound. I'm so sorry. That was not my intention. So sometimes this thing does not register when I try to start a recording. But I was just taking a break because, wow, my throat chakra was not working with this part of the reading. Mind you, I need to stay hydrated, but I feel like with this energy here, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, it feels like the energy of starting something constantly. But what about the ending though? Like, are you finishing it? Are you completing it? A likely outcome is for him to kind of look at something from afar, to make plans and to do something. I feel like he likes being spontaneous. That's significant. I feel like he takes part in a number of things that he really finds interesting or fascinating, that he wants to rush into, and he tends to balance it all out somehow. So if he has like 3 or 4 different things that he's interested in doing or attaining, is what I'm hearing, attaining to, I feel like he takes them all and it somehow balances itself out because he finds an opportunity or something bigger in the midst of it. So he combines it in a sense in order to get something bigger out of it. And I'm hearing fair play or fair trade is significant. So this could be something like that he learns from outsourcing something. Like, let's say he goes out of the country, travels somewhere, finds or learns something. And I'm hearing tiger or liger. I feel like he kind of is an anomaly a little bit, because I feel like the energy of, when I look at a liger, I don't know, I think that's a fascinating creature because they're a mixture of 2 animals. I feel like there's something about lions and tigers with him. And I feel like I think of yeah, I just think of someone who's naturally gifted, so like things just tend to succeed, and I feel like he's used to just kind of going with the flow and kind of just doing something on the fly. And when it's not working, he feels like it's not like either meant to be, or there's something wrong with the process, starts to stress out, starts to get heated is what I'm hearing. And then it's just, yeah, I think he just is not accustomed to nurturing things quite as much long term, if that makes sense. I feel like he does really well with acting on what he wants to do with purpose, and I feel like he's really good at getting to do it, getting to act on what he loves. So I feel like he is going to be very successful. It's just a balancing act with kind of remaining stable and remaining clear and level-headed. And that's really what we have coming through, what I have coming through so far. So with regards to his archetypes, let's see what archetypes come through for him, what archetypes he embodies. And then we will see what else comes through in the oracle cards. So I hope you guys are enjoying this reading. If you are, please give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Doing so will help people see this, as I stated in the algorithm. So one card came through really clear for him, and I'm not sure what they are yet. So let's see. What light attributes are significant to Donald Glover that you would like to share with us today? Okay, awesome. So for the attributes that came out, the first two that came out, I did not specify a light or shadow thing. So we're going to see what they are. So these are actually inserted for me because I scribe with these cards. They are meant for you to write on, but I never found a word that was fitting to write on this for. So we're going to see what comes through. When I saw these two together, so we have the child nature card, I heard spirited and saw spirited. So there's a spirited and childlike energy that he brings to the table. We have friendship with animals and communication with nature spirits. I think I mentioned nature to you guys, but I'm not sure. I would have to run the video back. But there's something about his communication with animal spirits and nature spirits that is really very special to his line, like to his actual bloodline. He has communication, and there's something about nature loving him. This is like a very specific connection that's bred through like respect for the land. So I don't know where his ancestry lies, but it's like a love for nature. He might have had people that were herbalists or that were medicine men or medicine women. He has like a connection to medicine and to nature that just comes through, and it's very important that you guys know that. That means that nature supports him a lot. If he goes out in nature, he's likely going to get a lot of naturally, most people do, right? But I feel like he has this connection where I feel like spirits in nature would be really helpful to him in connecting with. I feel like he will see a lot of things. I feel like he is very connected to the flow of nature. We have here someone who likely can get into it very easily. I wonder how he is with getting into a meditative state in nature specifically. Sometimes it's hard to turn your mind off, but I feel like he would be really good in nature, just walking. It doesn't have to be sitting and closing your eyes, but something about finding peace. You find a lot of peace in there. Or out there. I feel like I just spaced out with that when that message came through. I feel a very deep connection to the earth. So I feel like there's something about that. What's interesting is at the bottom of the deck, we had the 10 of Wands and the Knight of Swords. I feel like he should lay his burdens down a lot more outside. I feel like he can lay them down very quickly. And I also feel like he can sense, I don't know, the weightiness, because then when he goes out, he feels so much lighter. It kind of makes it either more obvious that he's holding a lot of burdens when he's out in the sun or in the woods or in the forest. I feel like he can sense when he's too heavy out there if he tried. Something about that, the star. So yeah, healing coming through with nature. We also have determination to remain young in body, mind and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. He's a very childlike energy. I feel like his inner child probably is very well connected with him. Like he feels like he's connected to that with his creativity. We also have mediator. This is someone who has a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. He feels like that Libra energy. He feels very balanced in his approach with people. With regards to like how he addresses an issue between two people, especially if he cares about both of them. But I think in general, I feel like he is like that. I also feel like this card is significant, 10 of Swords. I feel like when it comes to mediating, like with, I don't know why I'm getting like people that pass away is significant. Like people who are, I don't know why I'm getting this, but you know, like the energy of someone who, like, when someone passes is able to be very level-headed. I don't know if he was level-headed before with a person when they passed away, with the family. I feel like he's very connected to like the stars. So he's able to kind of see things from a higher perspective. And he's able to say, I think he's able to see a circumstance between two people that are hurting or two people that are going through difficulties. He's able to say, this is what you guys need to do. You guys need to sit down. You guys need to settle this, or there needs to be some kind of balance. I feel like he does sometimes, he has to retain balance a lot. I feel like he gets off kilter or unbalanced quite a bit. But there's something about a father figure or something about, there's someone here. This feels like a person. I don't know, someone who passed away. This could be a father. This could be someone who's an Aquarius or an earth sign. But yeah, I'm just getting the energy of a father figure. I'm not sure if he saw someone he knew doing that, or if he looked up to someone that did this, like was more of a mediator, and he kind of got that attribute from them. But I'm just getting another blank card. So there's something about him having some, I'm hearing voiceless attributes. I feel like he's really good at listening. I think the silence is important, and I'm also feeling this card, which is the Avenger. This is desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Yeah, this is totally a kind of thing I would see for someone that's more of an air sign, or like a Libra. That's significant. We have one more card for the light attribute, and it's another blank card. I can't scry that fast, so all these blank cards are just gonna have to be blank. So with 3 blank cards coming out for him, I heard the rest is still unwritten. I feel like he's I feel like the anomaly message I gave you guys about him is correct. He's kind of an anomaly, and we have the Alchemist. I feel like his attributes don't quite fit this deck as much as they could, because I feel like there are words that he just hasn't, that just haven't been applied to this deck yet, that are relevant for him. We have Judge. So I feel like he's just a very balanced person. We have balance. It's in the sense of he's good at seeing other people outside of himself, and seeing them in a more fair and balanced way. I feel like he struggled with balance and has had to go like kind of teeter, or like try to prevent himself from becoming too unbalanced. But he's really, really good at balancing justice and balancing compassion for people and distribution of power. He's very, very active when it comes to making sure that people feel empowered or feel balanced with him. Something like that is significant. We also have some cards that need to come through for his shadow. So let's look at his shadow. Let me just click that really quick. What are his shadow attributes, Spirit Team? Shadow attributes for Donald Glover. And just as a reminder, I tend to look everywhere. That is just how I channel. So if you're wondering where I'm looking, that is why. I tend to space out and look elsewhere in order for me to get messages clearly. So he is the warrior in the shadow. This is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering of others, or suffering inflicted on others. So I feel like he can be pretty ruthless when he's in the shadow. This is the energy of someone who wants to win at any cost. If he feels like he has a reason to fight with you, he is ruthless when he fights. He will do all that he needs to do in order to succeed. And this is something that I think he does when he feels like a hardness in his heart towards you. So keep in mind, he had a lot of great things with regards to his light attributes in balancing distribution of power and being level-headed and balanced in his approach towards people. So I feel like this only happens when he feels like he's been slighted by you. That's significant. We have relying on luck rather than hard work. I feel like he is a gambler, because I think he follows his heart, his intuition a lot. And I feel like sometimes when things don't happen the way that he would want them to, he tends to think it's not meant to be, or there's something that isn't going, that's not flowing, and he may just leave it all together, right? And then start something else. So he has to be careful of that, because sometimes hard work and determination to push through something isn't a sign that it's not meant for you. It could be a sign that you need to learn how to have that stubbornness, in a sense, this determination to push through something. So that's significant. We also have embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So he may, I'm getting a specific scenario for this one. It's like the energy of someone who partners up with a group of people because it encourages him, but it's not necessarily rooted in something balanced or something good. So for instance, you know, like for instance with the Democratic Party, and like sometimes, you know, for the Democratic side and Republican, we have like a celebrity that will perform at like a convention for them. This is the vibe of someone that will do it but won't always align with the person that they're doing this for. And this is feeling more like it's for personal gain, so that people within that group will respect or like see this person as someone that is on their side in a sense. So I'm just feeling like something about kind of compromising his viewpoints to attract or to get to know people on another end or another side or another on the other side of the playground, so to speak. So he can commit to causes for personal gain sometimes, and it happens when he's trying to be strategic about things. Like, this person's putting in this amount of money, okay, I feel like I align with them a little bit, so I'm willing to kind of go with it, but I'm not sure if he's on board for it 100% when those things happen. We also have athlete. We have misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. He could feel a bit entitled to certain things now because of the caliber of his excellence, or the caliber of his authority right now. It feels like he might also try to take on a lot of things that he shouldn't. He kind of is like Atlas in a sense. He might try to do things on his own or in his own strength, but I think he's learning how to rely on people more. We also have addict, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So he has some addictive patterns to watch out for. What's interesting is I believe this is the addictive pattern. This is the last card. We have allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. I feel like he had some romantic delusions in the past. And I feel like the romantic delusions are why we're not really talking about love too much. I think he's working through that. I feel like they want us to focus on primarily like the fact that he's growing and that he's maintaining stability, that his career trajectory is significant too, to watch out for and to look into, but that he's making a lot of headway and that he has a very strong team on his side. So let's see what else comes through. Who is the person that is being highlighted here that's assisting Donald Glover at this time? Who are the people? Okay, we have a lot. So do you want me to take these, Spirit Team? So I'm going to take, let's see, take them all? No, just this one. So we have Elder, healing through the lineage, coming through, healing through the lineage, his ancestors. I told you guys. So there's something about his ancestry coming through strongly. Is there anyone else that's really coming at the forefront for this reading? Who else do we have here for Mr. Donald Glover? So we have Peacekeeper. We have, this could be indigenous groups or someone that is indigenous. This could be a spirit guide that's on his side. This could also be the buffalo as well. That's significant to him. There's something about that, about his connection to the land being a form of a peace treaty. Like he has a peaceful connection to the land, wherever his ancestry is. And I feel like it could also be the land that he's currently on as well. And this could be something that he's not aware of, something about his connection to the earth, with Earth Mother coming through. So Gaia is supporting him heavily in this reading. We have feel loved and comforted. I feel like there's a very nurturing energy on his team. We also have Animal Guardian, another energy, but what I'm noticing is there's a lot of feminine energies here that are coming through for him. Animal Guardian, like I said, guys, trust your instincts is what they're telling him. And Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Look how many feminine energies he has protecting and addressing his reading. So there's something about divine feminine energy. I feel like he's surrounded by that. I feel like he also is comforted and nurtured by that. I think they're helping him heal through some woundings of the past. And I feel like these are the people that are needing to be highlighted for him. So last but not least, are there any other messages that you'd like to share with regards to Donald Glover, Spirit Team? Any other messages? before we get into his trajectory. That was interesting. We have compliments from an admirer coming through, bouquet. We also have someone new is entering his life, so he can expect someone new to enter his life, and someone you know is independable and insincere. So something about the people of the past not being meant for him, and then this card is what I flipped. It's a meeting with a stranger, could be important. He's meeting someone new. He needs to pay attention to his finances, and I'm hearing breathe. So I don't know, he's meeting someone pretty big in his life that will be pretty big in his life going forward. I'm not exactly sure why I heard Elton John, but it could just be the energy of someone that he looked up to as an artist. There's something about romance though, celebration and party, and good fortune coming through for him. So someone that he really looks up to is going to be helping him. It could be a younger woman because that's coming through here. Someone who's goal-oriented. This could be a Virgo, for instance. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And then we have period of prosperity and abundance. So there's a younger woman that's significant to him. Anything else you'd like to say about this person? I heard don't worry, be happy. And then we see here dagger in reverse, which is about fear, worries, and tense situations. So it's like there's no worries. There's no need to worry. This is a person who he can rely on. There's something about family sorrow, good luck, new home, and tower in reverse. So this person's going to shake up his life, but he's highly thought of by this person. So when I see family sorrow, that makes me feel like he might be encountering some issues with his family, because we have period of frustration, lessons to be learned. He's going to be learning some lessons with someone in his family, and I'm hearing York is significant. So it could be someone from New York, for instance, or York is significant. Short journey, meaning it's going to be short-lived, and family wishes come true in reverse. So this tells me this is something that is kind of shameful, not on his end, but something that he's going to be really disappointed by. It has something to do with money. So maybe disappointment with something that happens in his family soon. And I'm hearing October 19th. October 19th is significant. So this is quite this is quite a battle and quite a journey for him, but he's on the road to success regardless of what happens with this person. We have an exciting event. I think he needs to focus on the exciting event that's coming in for him. And I'm seeing 876. I'm not sure if he's going to go travel to Jamaica or to the Caribbean. Something about a trip to the Caribbean is significant. And we have a journey, either physical or mental. Maybe he's going to make a trip over there. I don't know. So I feel like if he's down and out and doesn't feel too good right now, if you guys can hear me, there's a need for him to get inspiration through traveling. I think traveling will help him feel a little bit better and take him out of like a difficult situation or a negative energy that might come in. I'm hearing conjecture, so I don't know exactly what that means. Please look up conjecture. Feels like someone's going to be giving him a conjecture, or something about that is significant. We also have man in reverse, and then we have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Someone might be passing, or someone might just be leaving his life, but it seems like this unsettled situation is going to be resolved for the better. Something's gonna work out even when things look really difficult. Wow. I think I'm gonna just go into his trajectory for his career and end it there, guys. Three of Swords. What is Donald Glover's trajectory? Yeah, that's a lot of cards, Spirit Team. What is Donald Glover's trajectory? We have a Two of Cups. What is his trajectory for his career? Oh, wow. He's going to be like, I don't know why I'm getting frustrated with this energy. It feels like the energy of someone who keeps starting stuff and needs to just slow down a bit, because I'm feeling like he wants to do something. So his trajectory is disappointments with certain things, because he's only supposed to do specific things. So not everything that he may feel drawn to do is what he should expect certain things to come through. Like, for instance, if he has like 10 projects, don't expect all of them necessarily to go in the same way that you expect it to. So expectations are going to need to shift, because I feel like they're causing disappointments for him in some capacity. Sometimes they're not meant to go very far, or they're not meant to do certain things. Like, certain things are just there to lead you to the next interest, to the next love, to the next desire, to the next project. So just seeing them for what they are and being happy with that, and being happy with where it takes you, I think is what's important here. With the Three of Swords and the Two of Cups, I feel like all of those disappointments were meant to be. They're almost like soulmates. Every single sword in that heart was meant to be there to help you see something in the midst of the pain. As dark as that sounds, there's something about moving forward and like being resilient. There's a need for him to be resilient with planning. Keep going, Donald. Like, keep planning, keep scheming, not in a negative way, of course. Keep going, because it's really the process that really is what your spirit team is trying to show you, because that is when you have those moments that are pivotal, that transform everything. Those moments of planning, those moments of ideas and like going through the motions is important. Don't give up on that because you don't see it coming out or doing a certain thing or going your way in a certain way or time span. Just do them anyway, because it's something about the process of initiating something or planning it that's really important for you. So they're just saying to continue to do that. We have Poet at the bottom. So keep expressing yourself in symbolic languages, even if people don't get it. It's not about them, right? So I just feel like that's important to know here. Temperature came up. Something about the temperature, perhaps, of where you go being significant. I feel like you keep getting island vibes around you. So perhaps taking some time to go to the beach, to the water, to nature will really, really help. And perhaps that might mean going to a place like in the islands. So whatever that means for you, that's significant, but that is what I have for him today. I hope this helps you guys get a better picture of where he's come from, where he's going, at least on his trajectory emotionally, energetically. If you guys have any questions, specific questions that you'd like me to answer, please feel free to mention them, but this is going to be like that introductory message for him. I hope this helps him if he does see it, or the people that he knows in his life. If they have anything to say, please feel free to comment down below if you'd like to tell me more, or to just confirm, to deny, whatever it is. I would love to hear it. So you guys have a wonderful day, and